If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and do subscribe at Jet Classes for more information regarding GS.
The article is regarding the recently inaugurated China-Sri Lanka Friendship Hospital. This is located in the North Central Province. Alright, and this is built with Chinese grant of about $60 million and it will specialize in treating kidney ailments. So in this context, let us discuss the evolution of Sri Lanka-India relations and its implications for India. So this topic is mainly relevant for your mains exam. Alright, so here is the syllabus for your reference. See, over the last 10 years, China has been paying renewed attention to its ties with Sri Lanka. And there has been a large rise in Chinese investments as well in various projects in Sri Lanka. And Beijing has also diplomatically supported Colombo on various issues, especially on charges of human rights violations after the civil war and all. And in return, Sri Lanka has played an important role in helping China enhance its influence and prestige in the South Asian region. So that's how they have been helping each other. And notably, the Xi Jinping has accorded special focus to China's relationship with Sri Lanka. For example, Xi visit in Sri Lanka in 2014 is the first visit by Chinese president in 28 years. And similarly, the Rajapaksa regime led by the current Sri Lankan PM Mahinda Rajapaksa and the president Gotabaya Rajapaksa have been closer to China as well. And the warmth between the China-Sri Lanka grew after 2009 as China supplied arms and defense equipments to Sri Lankan army during the Elam War. It was during Rajapaksa's tenure, Beijing has started its debt diplomacy in Colombo. See, this debt diplomacy is quite important, and let's understand that debt diplomacy is nothing but where the China extends huge loans, okay? And in return, they expect some diplomatic favors from the recipient country. Right? So this is what is debt diplomacy, and apart from that they lend huge loans at good rate of interest, and what happens is at some point the recipient country, the country receiving the debt, sleepwalks into a trap. Alright, that is, it will not be able to repay the debt, so the country invariably starts obeying the country that gave the debt. Here it is the China. So China has been playing this debt diplomacy for quite some time now, and Colombo is also part of its plan. And if you see, it offered to construct a port that was low on feasibility, that is nothing but the Hambantota port. Okay, and China also extended high interest loans that the island nations would never be able to pay back. Just now we saw that as debt diplomacy, right? Then there was a new phase in Sri Lanka-China relations from 2015 onwards. Here the government under Maithripala Sirisena came to power. His government was concerned about the galloping growth of the Chinese influence because of the largely opaque financial and the commercial deals. And these financial and commercial deals that are opaque were entered in the Rajapaksa regime itself. And Sirisena was very vocal about his anti-China approach. But however, China has begun to pay a renewed attention to Colombo under the proposed One Belt, One Road initiative and the Maritime Silk Road projects. Then in 2020, Rajapaksa regime came to power again in Sri Lanka with Gotabaya as the president, his brother. Right? The increasing warmth between China and Sri Lanka naturally caused concerns in India. And in this strategic context, there has been a lot of discussion as to how the Hambantota and Colombo ports would adversely impact India's strategic interests. And these concerns became stronger after the docking of the Chinese submarines at the Colombo port in 2014. Right? Now know that the Hambantota port was always troublesome for India. The Sri Lankan government had initially requested India to invest in the building of the Hambantota port. And India declined this request because of the serious doubts regarding the commercial viability. But then China grabbed the opportunity and entered into an agreement with Sri Lanka. Okay? And another concern is China's heavy investments in the Colombo port. And Colombo is a strategic and economically important for India. And Indian companies use this port for unloading of cargo from large ships and then ship it to India on smaller boats. So apart from these, over the last few years, the military operations between China and Sri Lanka have also been deepening. And see, India is worried about Chinese investment in ports in Indian Ocean as it might be part of China's larger plan called String of Pearls strategy. And this strategy is to ensure its maritime domination in the region. Have a look at this map. The dotted lines marks the String of Pearls. right? Starting from China. Here we must discuss the impact of India's neighborhood first policy. And our policy of this focuses on creating mutually beneficial, people-oriented regional frameworks for stability and prosperity. And the perceived pro-China and anti-India Rajapaksa regime, unlike the earlier times, has not uttered a single strident against India during the tenure. And recently, India also abstained from voting on the UN resolution against Sri Lanka for war crimes during civil war. So these things we can say are a sign that India-Sri Lanka relations are warming up. So this is the end of the discussion on this editorial. In this editorial, we just saw how the dynamics between China, Sri Lanka is shaping up and what is